Welcome back, guys, to the ABL Super Bowl prediction video. This is the first official kind of ABL Super Bowl prediction video on the YouTube. Definitely won't be the last. We'll definitely be around next year. And I'm here with Dev.
Hey, what's up, guys?
I mean, it's only appropriate we do with him. We've kind of been predicting the whole NFL season, done some playoff videos. And this is a very, I mean, this Super Bowl, so the Seahawks, I have 4.5 point favorites right now.
hmm
This feels like the New England Patriots are the biggest underdog in a Super Bowl since the Eagles in 2017, in terms of like how people are feeling. I know the line's 4.5. I believe the Rams Bengals Super Bowl was a 4.5 line too in favor of the Rams.
hmm
But this Super Bowl is very unique. Two new teams, two very young teams,
Oh yeah.
like new coaches, everything. And we're gonna kind of get right into it, break it down. So just kind of first, like if I would have told you at the beginning of the playoffs, the Super Bowl, Seahawks, Patriots, you would have said what?
At the beginning of the playoffs,
Yeah.
I would have said it's believable, like for sure. I had my Seahawks going all the way. I didn't see the Patriots getting this far. Um, there's always been, concerns with the strength of schedule and a little bit of their defense. Um, and just kind of them being a young team, but they've proven they can play step up in big games. They've had some, weird games in the playoffs with, with weather, such as with Denver. But I think it's gonna be a good game. I think the Patriots offense is gonna come to play. I think it'll be a good game.
Yeah. So ever since the divisional round, I've been saying, I think the Super Bowl is going to be Patriots, Seahawks, even before the Bo Nix injury. But,
hmm
this is going to be a very good matchup. So we'll kind of get right into the keys of the game. So we're going to talk about Seattle first
hmm
because they're the favorites. Everyone's expecting them to win. So, in your opinion, the Seahawks need to do what in order to win the game?
Uh, stop the run. The Patriots run has been pretty decent this year. It's been good. Um, limit Drake May. Make sure he doesn't get a lot of gets that limit his outside of the pocket throws. Um, tries to get as many sacks on him as possible. Just make sure the defense steps up. I know they play a lot of like four up front and not a lot of five. So, but they've still been like the best rush defense in the league, even with them not having that many guys in the box. So, as long as they continue to do that, I think that the Seahawks defense, well, Seahawks in general will play a great game.
Yeah, so if you're the Seahawks, if you tell me, let's say, if you tell me Sam Darnold has about 180 passing yards, a passing touchdown, and no turnovers at all, I would guess the Seahawks win this game very comfortably.
Yeah, me too. I would say so. Yeah,
Yeah.
I
And
don't think Sam Darnold needs to have a crazy game to win this
oh
game.
no, he doesn't. Like he can play like he did against the Niners and they'll win. Like
Yeah.
it's just a matter because here's the thing, the Patriots offense hasn't proven they can do anything in the postseason. I love Josh McDaniels as a coordinator, think he's the best in the league. But this postseason, it's been lackluster. And some would say it's because they're finally playing real teams. But it's if Seattle wants to win this game, I think two things. One, no turnovers.
Exactly.
And then two, the key matchup for Seattle, their defensive line versus the Patriots offensive line. I think it's been known this Patriots offensive line is the worst amongst playoff teams, which is
Yeah.
very rare to get to the Super Bowl when your offensive line is the worst in
Is
the
like
playoffs. And they're just young. Will Campbell young, they got a young guard, young center. You can't control that. They're
yeah.
just young. Next year they'll be a very good offensive line. But if this I could picture the Seahawks getting after the Patriots very early with that defensive line. And if you tell me we're halfway through the second quarter and the Patriots haven't scored yet, that wouldn't surprise me.
That wouldn't surprise me either. And I think that's gonna be a real king thing to watch. If the Patriots O line can't hold up, I fear it might be a blowout. Like
Oh yeah. So yeah, no, it's like then to me that's the matchup. If the Seahawks, I mean, hey, I'm not gonna say if the Seahawks win because they're the favorite team, they probably will win.
hmm
We'll find out what we think at the end of the video, but it's just the Seahawks team's so talented, and I know everyone's gonna say, well, the Patriots dynasty started as 14-point underdogs versus the St. Louis Rams. I
hmm
understand that, but this this Seahawks roster is so stacked, and the fear is the Patriots might be here a year too early.
Right.
And I mean, that's fine. You get Super Bowl experience, but but the Seahawks, I mean, dude, they've just been on fire the past couple weeks. So we're gonna kind of shift to the Patriots' keys to victories and start and stopping the
hmm
Seahawks. And I'm gonna name one, which it's not being talked about. The obvious one is, make Sam Darnold turn the ball over, which we're gonna talk about
Yeah.
and how Sam Darnold places if the Seahawks win the Super Bowl. But to me, this postseason against the Niners, Seahawks start fast, kick return touchdown, Brock pick off Brock Purdy. They go up like 20-0 just
Oh yeah,
like that.
like that.
Against the Rams, go up 10-0 in the first quarter. Could have went up more, if they didn't take that sack in the beginning of the second quarter. And the Rams never quite caught up. I think the Rams led for 30 seconds in that whole game. And that was at like the minute before halftime when they got that last minute touchdown. And the Rams, the reason the Rams lost, they just couldn't catch the Seahawks. The Seahawks gave themselves some cushion. They went into halftime up four and they had a hot start, so they could afford to punt the ball a couple times in the second half. And if you're the Patriots, if you tell me the score is 3-0 Seahawks at the end of the first quarter, if I'm Mike Vrabel, I'm taking that. I'm like, if you make sure the Seahawks, whatever you do, make sure the Seahawks don't score an opening drive touchdown. And if I'm the Seahawks, I want the ball first. I don't want to play defense first. I want that ball first to kind of set the tone.
Yeah.
And I know it's kind of contradicts like kind of what everyone wants to do in the NFL because they want the ball in the second half. But it's the Patriots cannot let the Seahawks start fast. 'Cause I think we know the Patriots in Super Bowls, they start slow. And this is still Josh McDaniels. It's still the same coordinator they had in those Super Bowls. They start a little slow. And you can do that if you make the Seahawks start slow as well. Because we know the Patriots aren't going to come out and score 14 points in the first quarter.
hmm
That's not happening.
That's not gonna
But
happen.
you have to make sure the Seahawks don't score 10, 14 points in the first quarter like they've been doing every
Oh
game
yeah.
for the past 2 months.
I no, I totally agree. You have to limit the Seahawks. Um, you can't let them score. You have to limit JSN. You got to limit the downfield pass game. Um, Even with the rush game, you have to be aware because how like potent the rush game is. Um, Here, let me ask you this. And like, what I'm gonna ask you, Seahawks. What do you think? Who has a better like unit? Seahawks or Patriots? Offense,
Seahawks.
quarterback,
I'll say Patriots, but it's very close. That's like, let's go either way.
defense, and special teams.
Seahawks.
Yeah. So like, what are we doing here?
Yeah, even position by position too. Running back, I'll call it even because the Patriots got a good run game. Receiver, it's the Seahawks. O line, it's the Seahawks. D line, the Patriots D line actually. I might
This
give the
rig is
Patriots
good.
that one. I'll give the Patriots D line. Linebackers, probably Seahawks. Secondary, Seahawks. And you brought up JSN. So I'm gonna kind of assume in this game, JSN and Christian Gonzalez take each other out.
Okay.
I'm gonna assume it's kind of
They
similar.
equal out.
Yeah, they just equal each other out. Kind of like I'm trying to think of a comparable thing. Um like no, because AJ Brown had a good game last year. Let's just say 2020. Bucks Chiefs. Chiefs had a really good secondary that year. They took Mike Evans out and Gronk stepped up. So
Yeah.
I think I wouldn't be surprised if JSN had a touchdown, but I don't think he's going to go for 10 catches, 120 yards like he did against the Rams and the Niners. I like if you told me JSN had 5 catches for 50 yards, I'd expect that. Because Christian Gonzalez is top five corner in the league. I think the key for the Seahawks is Cooper Kupp because the
Yeah.
Patriots are not deep in the secondary.
I
And
think
I
that's yeah. I think that's great analysis.
And I think Cooper Kupp, he could have I could picture him having like a very good game, like six. Like I can
Cooper
picture
Cup has
him,
been there before too. He has a ring. He has like he knows what to do in these
and
situations.
he's been phenomenal in the playoffs. I know his stat lines aren't crazy, but
hmm
he has had some big. He sent the Seahawks to the Super Bowl with the play against the Rams.
Oh yeah.
So I can see Cooper Kupp having like 7 catches, like 50, 60, 70, 80 yards and like a touchdown or two. Like I could see like if you told me Cooper Kupp had 7 catches, 65 yards and a touchdown, I would say
hmm
Seahawks probably win the Super Bowl because of that.
Um, I like that. I also like have a sneaky prediction. Like for some reason, I have a sneaky feeling AJ Barner is going to get a touchdown this game for some reason for the Seahawks.
Yeah.
Just wanted to put that out there, but we'll see if that happens.
Yeah, bet that right now. Um this is not betting advice. Uh
This is not financial advice, by
yeah.
the way.
Yeah. But no, that's and then I think another and we'll talk about the Sam Darnold turnovers because everyone's talking about them, even though I think Sam Darnold's well beyond that, and I'm gonna explain why in a minute. Um, if the Patriots force Sam Darnold into an interception or two, this game gets a little uncomfortable for the Seahawks.
It does. Here's the thing though, I'm not really worried about like a Sam Darnold like dud game anymore. I very as a Seahawks fan, I very much was, and I kind of didn't buy into it this season. I saw something yesterday night, like the pre like season like Vegas odds for the Super Bowl. This the Cardinals were plus 5,000. The Seahawks were plus 6,000 coming into the season, and like the Patriots were also around the same. Like
Yeah.
they were not predicted to get here. So for these teams, both of these teams to be 16-3, 17-3 in the Super Bowls, um, for these teams to make like so much progress within like one offseason is very impressive.
Yeah. So I think, well, one, I mean, just two. So funny enough, at the beginning of the year, I picked the Seahawks to win the NFC West. And I'm not being like, oh, I knew they'd be this good. I didn't think they'd be this good. It's
Hmm.
just I was a little concerned because the Stafford back injury. So, I mean, with that logic, it would have been a dumb pick if Stafford's going to win MVP.
Yeah.
But I was like, I don't know the Niners. I don't know about them. Cardinals, I don't believe in them. So I picked the Seahawks because
Hmm.
my philosophy was either the Seahawks are going to be good or the Vikings are going to be good.
Oh yeah.
And ended up being Sam Darnold maybe was one of the main reasons for the Vikings' success last year. And then in
Maybe
the
yeah.
AFC, and I do a surprise kind of playoff pick every year. In the AFC, my surprise team was the Patriots. Because well, one, I thought they had an easy schedule, and two, I didn't see, I wasn't a believer in the Bengals, wasn't a believer in the Dolphins,
Hmm.
not the Steelers. So I just that's not really important though. But point is, I thought both these teams would make the playoffs. I thought they would both be first round exits, but I thought, they would
Yeah.
make the playoffs. But, you know, going back to Sam Darnold this goes back to his USC day. So when he was a freshman at USC, he lost to Utah on the road in a ranked matchup. And that broke his confidence in big games. A month later, he goes on the road to number four Washington. He has a mediocre game, but USC wins. Couple months later in the Rose Bowl game, the biggest college football bowl game of the year, back when bowl games mattered, he put up 450 yards, five touchdowns against Penn State. And then throughout in college, Sam Darnold was good in big games. Last year with the Vikings, pretty good all year, had probably one of the worst games of his career in Week 18 against the Lions, and followed that up getting sacked 9 times against the Rams in the playoffs. This year, the first Rams game, he just sucked. Four interceptions, there's no way around it.
Yeah, that was just not a good game.
The first half of the second Rams game was looking like the same thing. Had an interception or two, just not looking
It
good.
was okay.
In the
Not good
second
though.
half,
Turned it up. Throw for throw with
yeah,
Stafford.
went kind of like toe to toe with Stafford.
With the
And
MVP, like,
oh yeah, and he showed up in the fourth quarter. I'm going to be honest, Sam Darnold only had three good drives in that second Rams game. It was the
but
last three touchdown drives.
some of those balls were just dimes, like on the dot,
Yeah.
on the money every time. Like,
Yeah. And that game gave Sam, and I believe that's the game that gave Sam Darnold confidence. Because if you look at Week
hmm
18 against the Niners, he didn't force anything. I know he only had like 150 yards and no touchdowns, no interceptions. He didn't force anything, didn't do anything stupid. Let the defense work. They won. Divisional round, same thing won. The Rams were like, okay, that's going to be its test. That was his kryptonite. The best game as a pro, over 300 yards, three touchdowns, outplayed the MVP. I mean,
oh
Sam
yeah,
Darnold. I truly believe this. If Sam Darnold and Matt Stafford swapped teams that day, I think the Rams win. That's how good Sam Darnold played. Like it,
I think so too. Yeah,
like that's how good he played in the NFC Championship, and he doesn't need to play that good this week.
he
But
doesn't. He really
I
doesn't.
think he's not skittish anymore. He's not scared. If you saw in that game, he was taking sacks instead
Hmm.
of throwing interceptions. That's why the oblique injury is kind of helping him because he can't push that ball every play. But I, Sam Darnold, everyone's talking Sam Darnold's this, Sam Darnold that. Sam Darnold wins the Super Bowl. I don't care what anyone says. He's a top 10 quarterback in this league. Like,
Yeah, I would agree. If Sam Darnold wins this Super Bowl, the top 10 quarterback in the league, yeah,
and
absolutely.
I think Sam Darnold, like, I'm not expecting him to have the same game he did 2 weeks ago. But I think he's a new reformed quarterback. That second half against that second game against the Rams this year really changed him. And I mean, I know it's kind of spoiling my pick that we'll discuss in like a couple minutes, but I'm a believer in Sam Darnold. I have been since USC. I defended him on the Jets, on the Panthers, and I mean Sam Darnold. I mean, he's not the key to this game. You don't have to worry about Sam
Uh-uh.
Darnold. I I think there's more worry about Drake May due to in this postseason, it's been the Patriots defense winning games, not the
Hmm.
offense.
No, absolutely. And I mean, I feel like everyone can kind of guess where we're gonna go with these picks, I guess.
Yeah.
Um,
I mean, do you just want to get into the picks? Because I feel
yeah,
like we discussed the keys.
yeah.
So
I
you
feel like
can
we can
go
both
first
say
with
it.
your pick.
I feel like we're both kind of on the same page here. I got the Seahawks winning. I'm feeling like something like 27 to I feel kind of low scoring 27 to like 16, I want to say.
So you have the Seahawks winning comfortably.
Yeah, maybe 24, but I'm feeling like 24 to 27 to like 16, something like that.
Yeah. So I actually think it's going to be a closer game than people expect. I'll say you guys have probably already seen it on ablsports.com, but I picking the Seahawks to win 28-23. Um, I think Patriots kind of score a late touchdown to kind of make it close, but I think the Patriots hang in there. But I just think ultimately that Seahawks front seven will overwhelm the Patriots offensive line, and that will be the key to the game.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, and I think the two keys of the game, that will win the Seahawks the game, their front seven against the Patriots offensive line and Cooper Cup. I think those are the two keys.
I think you got a spot on. I would be surprised if both of those things don't happen on Sunday.
Yeah. Well, thank you, Dev, for joining us. Thank you for wrapping up the NFL season with ABL. And we're going to do a Super Bowl recap that Monday after the game. So, literally in like 4 days. But yeah, it's been a great NFL season. Hopefully, we end on a high note. And this could be the start to a new era in the NFL.
Oh yeah, it's been a great season so far. Absolutely phenomenal playoffs. Roger Goodell was cooking this season.
All right. Thank you
Yeah.
guys for watching. We'll see you next time.